All right, let me just remove the waiting screen. I hope everybody's well today. There we go. Hello, everyone. Hope you have an amazing day today, or had already, depending on where you are, morning, evening, afternoon, noon. It's a pleasant day today. It's a new month, June, and looking forward to see what happens because I think Bitcoin has some bad news today. I believe Michael Saylor and the strategy fund has sold some Bitcoins worth of a couple of millions or something like that. I think it was like a tease to see what happens if they are going to sell more in the future or in case that's the case. But yeah, the market bled a little bit, like 6% or something like that in the Bitcoin, or 5, somewhere in that hood. Regardless, it's a very good day to be algo trader. I believe everybody's bots have been triggered, and of course, I do hope that the shorts were actually a little bit better than the longs. Right. So let's move over a little bit with the presentation. Welcome to the lab, everybody. Hope you have an amazing day today. Of course, a disclaimer: we are not financial advisors, and of course, you are 100% liable for your financial decisions. We're just trying to debunk the market with the tools available. And if there are none, we are actually building them. Fun stuff. If you're getting approached by somebody claiming to be me, David, or anybody else from the team and asks for some private details like car numbers or something like that, that's 100% not us. The only thing that we could ask you, if you are going to ask for support, is just an email address over the private DMs. Make sure to check us out if we're actually the right person. And yeah, unfortunately, the scammers are everywhere, and we have no way to delete the accounts or something like that over Discord, accounts that rhyme with our names or use our pictures. We have no power over the DMs inside the server. The server is clean. The Discord server, discord.gg/davidtech. Let me just pull it out in case you would like guys to join our Discord server. There we go. Very easy. So yeah, it's unfortunate that we cannot do anything about the spam accounts, but I guess it is what it is. Everybody must take care of themselves. If you have any questions through the live stream, make sure to just say it over the comments area. Make sure to join the Discord server, and you can actually attend this voice chat between me and Yuli, on which I'm going to introduce you in just a couple of minutes. And yeah, let's make the conversation more fun between multiple people. Today's agenda would be 1st of June 2026. I hope you guys will have an amazing summer this year. Today's agenda filled with new stuff. We have a new indicator from Yuli. Yuli right here, he's an electrical engineering teacher. He's been within our community for the last couple of months already, like February, March, April, June. So it's pretty much like the 4th month right here, of course, at the end of June as well. So yeah, he has built an amazing library of engineering indicators, I would like to call them, but they are a little bit more complex indicators. There are not really all of them from the engineering sphere of interest, but also math concepts and a lot of very interesting stuff that some people didn't even imagine it's possible within PineScript. And yeah, they haven't been tried within PineScript so far, but of course, with the help of AI, with the help of Yuli's knowledge, it was possible. And yeah, How are you doing, my friend Yuli?
Hi Vlad, hi everyone. Well, quite excited for this, let's say, almost last indicator of out of the portfolio that we have built so far. We are almost there, which is nice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome, awesome. And of course, Yuli will be returning over Wednesday, on which he'll be trying to convert this indicator into a strategy. And hopefully, he has some amazing results already. Maybe. Have you been cooking recently, Yuli?
not really didn't have time for it, but for
It's doable.
tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow or Wednesday evening, I guess I will get there. But yeah, I think we'll have some promising results since this indicator of today, it's a signal engine. So yeah, we should have some good results.
Awesome. And of course, at the end, I'm going to feed you guys some updates in regards to my local backtester. And of course, if there is any questions about David Tech, I'll be more than happy to answer and store them for the end of the stream. Or here and there, we can also take a look at them. So, the man of the hour. Julie, are you ready, my friend?
Always prepared. Let me share my screen. Please let me know if you can see
Just one moment. We also have a message from our good old friend, the operator. Bulishore introduced a new approach to the group. I'm excited and look forward to optimizing using the new strategies. Indeed, hopefully this week we are going to release them in batches, like a couple of them and so on. And of course, to catch up with everyone. And I'll make sure, operator, that you are going to be one of the very first that actually tries everything. And we're definitely looking forward for your feedback.
Yeah,
Let
for
me get
sure. I mean, I got some results, but someone has to stress test them.
Indeed. Just one second, making sure that we are also going to stream over YouTube.
Okay,
There we go. Perfect.
good. Okay, guys. So yeah, as you know, every week we are introducing a new indicator based on engineering or even math algorithms as a core idea, and we're turning them into indicators in TradingView platform. So by Monday, we try to give you some insight about the indicator, how it works, the logic behind it, the math used to implement it. Uh, Hopefully, this kind of presentations that we did every week. Uh, we hope that they will help you in the future when you start to play around with them, with the indicators or with the strategies, in order to to better tune it, to understand how you can use it on what kind of markets, time frames, and so on. So yeah, beside that, by Wednesday, as Vlad already said, we will turn this indicator into a very simple take profit stop loss strategy to see how the indicator performs by itself. So far, we have seen some promising results based on the indicators that we have built. However, always keep in mind you can definitely enhance them with other indicators, like to have a mix of them or with even more complex strategies. And of course, the Davitech boilerplate, which, as you know, some of the indicators worked so well with the boilerplate. I mean, I think the first one was the Kalman filtering. So even
Yeah.
the
AB
this was the
Kalman.
first indicator, and we have reached like 1,500, if I remember well, something like that. So yeah, and I was not so evolved that time to say so. So yeah, we have learned a lot this year on building indicators and also on visuals. we are always trying to improve and to use, um, I don't know, methods, algorithms, and things like that that helps you to better understand what we are building and how to use them in TradingView platform. So yeah, enough about that. Let's get into the indicator of today. So the TKO burst. This is an indicator based on Tiger Kaiser energy operator. It is a deterministic close return burst detector and signal engine. It does not classify trend from price level moving averages, crossovers, intrabar high-low structure, or even forward-looking information. Instead, this indicator measures whether close to close
Yuli, I
long
think your
returns
microphone
are
went away.
producing
If you can hear me, let me just double check if there is any issue on our end. Actually, I'm not sure what's happening. I think his internet is down at the moment. I'm not entirely sure. Not sure if you can hear me, Yuli, or the microphone died, one of the two, because we can still see the share screen, yet I think it's stuck with the TKO burst. Anyway, I believe Yuli will be back in just a second, so we are going to jump a little bit in the priority of the subjects for today. I'm going to... Oh, he's back. I think he's back. Let me just add him
Did you
again.
reset the StreamYard or I
Yuli,
think
can
I
you hear
had
me?
an issue? Yes, I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. You're back. You're back. All good.
Did you reset the StreamYard or I
No?
guess I had an issue? Okay. Yeah, it was something from the StreamYard, it seems.
Oh,
It
okay. You
just
might have an
popped
update or something.
me something, yeah, something to reset. Okay, can you still see the presentation in
I can
Discord?
see just the slide with TKO burst
Yeah,
with
I
the
didn't
title.
switch it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it should be fine. Okay, I will just go again. Yes.
Sure. Go
So,
ahead.
so yeah, so the indicator is a deterministic close return burst detector and signal engine. It does not classify trend from price level moving average crossovers, intrabar, high or low structure, or even forward looking information. Instead, this indicator measures whether close to close log returns are producing above baseline Tiger Kaiser energy, assigns direction from normalized smooth returns, and only publishes final buy or sell signals after confirmation, optional quality filters that we have, cool down, life cycle handling, and of course the one bar signal shift. So the core idea, rather than asking whether price is simply above or below a trend line, the the indicator asks whether the return stream has entered an energetic impulse state. So the Tiger Kaiser energy operator is applied to close log returns, which highlights local return acceleration and burst behavior. Then the raw energy is converted into a rolling z-score, stripped off below baseline readings, and then signed bullish or bearish using a separate close return direction estimate. The signal layer then checks whether that signed burst is strong enough, directionally clean enough, and occurring in the right volatility or trend context before allowing an action marker. So the indicator combines several components. Firstly, of course, we have the close-to-close log return engine. So the model stays scale independent and avoids intrabar repaint risk. Then we have a causal TKO calculation on returns. So local return energy is measured using confirmed historical series values. After that, we have an ALMA smoothing of the raw energy, reducing isolated one bar noise before normalization. Then it comes with the rolling z-score normalization. So in this way, burst intensity is judged relative to the instrument's recent return energy baseline. After that, a separate directional impulse estimate uh, is applied on the score using EMEA smoothed returns normalized by return volatility. We are already familiar with the next component, so a dead zone and effective threshold. So in this way, weak signed impulses are treated as neutral and thresholds cannot sit below the neutral band. Next, we have an optional direction quality, volatility expansion, compression setup, and trend bias filters for stricter signal qualification. And in the end, readiness guard, cooldown, selected source lifecycle flags, and one bar shifted final booleans. So alerts and action markers are confirmed and declustered. The logic flow behind the indicator, as always, we have the input data. So the process starts with close prices. From those closes, the script calculates close to close log returns. In this way, it keeps the metric independent of absolute price level and avoids reliance on high, low, tick, or even intrabar behavior. Next, we have the TKAO energy calculation. So the indicator applies a causal Tiger-Kaiser style formula to the return stream. The absolute value becomes raw burst energy. So this focuses the engine on local changes in return energy rather than ordinary direction alone. Next, we have an energy smoothing and normalization. So the raw energy stream is smoothed with ALMA. A rolling mean and standard deviation over the core window convert the smoothed energy into an energy z-score, and then negative or below baseline energy readings are floored at zero. That is because only above baseline energy can become a burst candidate. Next, we have the direction assignment. So direction is not taken from the indicator energy itself. Instead, the script smooths close to close log returns with an EMEA, normalizes that value by rolling return volatility, and then extracts the sign. Positive directional impulse gives bullish burst direction, and negative directional impulse gives bearish burst direction. After that, we have the signed score construction. So configurable dead zone forces small signed values back to zero. The active entry threshold is the maximum of the signal threshold and the dead zone. So that the final trigger level is never weaker than the neutral zone. Next, we have the context filters. So before a raw action signal is accepted, the script can require direction quality, short-term volatility expansion, recent compression, and trend bias. Each filter can be enabled or disabled separately. So, for example, direction quality requires enough bounded directional impulse. Volatility expansion compares short window return volatility with the baseline volatility. The compression filter checks whether volatility recently contracted below configured ratio. And the last one, the trend bias, permits buy only when the return trend EMEA is non-negative and sell only when it is non-positive. After that, we have a raw signal engine. So the raw engine uses crossing logic. Buy candidates require the score to cross above the positive entry threshold. And of course, the sell signals requires the score to cross below the negative entry threshold. After that, signals also require bar close confirmation, sufficient history, an open cooldown window, and all enabled filters to pass. Um, and the last one, the burst lifecycle flags. So the script also tracks unshifted context flags. So we have uh, short buy for SB for start buy burst. We have IB for end buy burst, SS for start sell burst, and IS for end sell burst. We'll understand in the second. So these life cycle flags can be driven either by filtered signals or by raw engine crossings. These are only diagnostic context flags, not final action or even alert markers. We'll see in the last slide. It's quite interesting. So the math behind the implementation of this indicator, well, the main idea is quite simple. We convert close to close returns into a burst energy stream. We normalize that energy against its recent baseline. We assign direction from a separate return impulse estimate and then allow signals only when the signed burst crosses a threshold with the configured filters aligned. So first we have the returns and the TKO energy. The script starts from close to close log returns. So we can see the log returns equal with log of close over the close one. Then the Tiger-Kaiser style energy calculation is applied around the previous return value. So we can see the value becomes the previous value square powered to 2 minus the multiplication of the actual price multiplied with two times with two steps previous value. So the indicator uses the absolute value of that result as a burst energy. This makes the energy stream direction neutral at first, and then direction is assigned later by a separate directional return module. After that, we have the energy smoothing and the z-score normalization. So raw TKO energy can be noisy, so it is smoothed with ALMA. Then the smoothed energy is standardized against the rolling mean and rolling standard deviation over our set core window. So energy Z, we can see it's equal with TKO smooth minus the rolling mean of that over the rolling standard of the smoothed value. So that way only positive energy Z values are kept as actionable burst energy. This means that the model ignores quiet or below baseline energy states instead of allowing them to create negative burst pressure. After that, the third one, we have the directional impulse and bounded direction quality. So direction comes from EMEA smoothed log returns normalized by rolling return volatility. And we can also see here the formula. So direction, the normalized direction is the EMEA of as a function of returned log and direction smooth over the standard deviation of uh, returned log and core window. Then the normalized direction is bounded with the direction bounded, which is equal with direction with the normalized direction over 1 plus absolute of the actual value. So the sign of this bounded value determines whether the energy burst is bullish or bearish. Its magnitude it's also used by the direction quality filter when that filter is enabled. The fourth step, we have the signed score and the trigger levels. So the signed score is a signed score raw, which is equal with energy burst multiplied with the direction sign. Then the dead zone forces weak impulses to 0. So that's why you can see a score is 0 when absolute of the signed score raw is below the signal dead zone. After that, we have the entry threshold, which is protected by the maximum between signal threshold and signal dead zone. So this way, we avoid a configuration where the signal trigger would be inside the neutral zone. After that, we have the volatility and compression context. So the volatility expansion filter compares short window return volatility to baseline return volatility. If the expansion filter is enabled, the vol ratio, the parameter vol ratio must be um, at least the volatility expansion minimum value. So we have here an input that allows us to set the minimum value of that. So the optional compression setup uses the same ratio in the opposite way. It looks for a recent bar where vol ratio was less than or equal to filter compression max. So this makes it possible to require a quiet setup before accepting a burst. After that, we have the trend bias and final row conditions. So the trend bias filter is based on EMEA. When enabled, buy requires non-negative trend score and sell requires non-positive trend score. The row signal condition are crossing based. So buy row have to be a confirmed bar plus an enough history plus cooldown plus score crossover above entry threshold, and of course all active bullish filters. The same way for the sell row signals. And as we are used to, the outputs and visuals of the indicator, so that way we have a first look on the indicator. We have the score line, so this is the main plot. Is the sine TKO burst score. It turns teal when the score is above the buy threshold, and maroon when below the sell threshold. And of course, we'll see that it is white in neutral or non-actionable regions. Beside that, we have an energy histogram, so a gray column histogram that shows positive energy burst magnitude behind the score line when enabled. This this helps us to separate energy context from the signed action layer. We also have the dissonant threshold guides, as we saw in other indicator. So we can see here that the script plots zero, positive and negative dead zone levels, and of course positive and negative entry threshold. Also, the dead zone is filled to make the neutral band visually clear. The last ones, we have the buy sell markers. So this is the action layer that plots only the final shifted buy and sell signals. Additional to that, when we have built this indicator, we saw that sometimes it would be interesting to have the raw signals in order to build different kind of strategies. So that's why I added the life cycle flags. So we can see here the SB, IB, SS, and IS flags, which show the selected burst life cycle source. So they are intentionally unshifted context markers, and of course they are not final alerts or trade action markers. We'll see by Wednesday. They are quite interesting to have it. Maybe it will help you to build um, strategies when you have very noisy markets or fast transitions. Uh, Sometimes, as I saw, the buy or sell signals are quite too late um, in the market, or sometimes they just give you many flags for buy or sell, which are not really relevant if you want to take profits or longer short ones. So yeah, I thought it would be helpful for you to have this option if uh, you if you think this can help you in making decisions. So, yeah, this is the first look of the indicator. I hope it gives you an idea on how it is working. By Wednesday, we will turn this indicator into a very simple take profit stop loss strategy to see how the indicator performs by itself. I am I am pretty sure that we'll have some promising results. It should work on different kind of markets because it just calculates the energy burst behind the market. So for sure, it should highlight some important movements in the market. But yeah, who knows? We'll wait until Wednesday and see what we got. Thank you, Vlad. Thank you, everyone. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions regarding the indicator, the strategy, or uh, what can help you uh, to make a best trading strategy, to say so. Thank you.
Awesome work, Yuli. Well, definitely looking forward for Wednesday. So, a question from me actually. So,
Okay.
you said that this indicator calculates the energy burst.
Mhm.
Is it like a one time only indicator, like, hey, it just happened, and then it's going to wait, hey, it happened again? Or is it like
Yes.
measuring the periods of activity?
Of course, we are working on the core window. So based on every window,
Oh,
it will calculate if we have an energy burst or not.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And the burst energy, is it pegged to the price levels, I imagine, right? Or
Yes.
is it like the, so I don't know how to phrase it.
Have the close to close log return. So
Oh,
based on that, yes, based on that, we calculate the energy burst with this interesting algorithm, the Tiger Kaiser.
mhm, amazing. Also, with these chances, I would like to salute the 35 people watching us. Hello, everybody. If you wish to join and, of course, ask Yuli some questions live right here, this would be the Discord server, discord.gg/davidtech. We also take a look at the chats as well. Let me see. Operator, I can hear you too. All good now, indeed. Thank you very much, Operator, for the checkout. Presentations are getting more glamorous and easy to follow. There you go, Yuli. Some
Oh,
feedback on the presentations. I told you they're
yes.
better.
Thank you a lot. Yeah, I really give it a try to the new image generator of EI chats. So yeah, it definitely builds some nice looking images. Of course, they need a lot of context to do that. I'm quite fighting with them when I'm trying to generate this kind of infographics, to say so. But yeah, I really like them too. I think they are more interactive than I was able to build before. So yeah, thank you very much for that feedback.
About image generation. So I believe that there are like two huge, uh, easy ways. So it will be Nano Banana and GPT Image 2. In my opinion, GPT Image 2 is better on doing exactly what you say to it. So, for example, I tried to make a t shirt model with my dog, and GPT did an amazing work. With Nano Banana, it was something very weird. It made my dog, which is a Pomeranian, a little bit of a different color, more about yellow than a little bit towards orange, a little, just a little bit. And I asked it, like, "Hey, make it a little bit more orange, like the original, like my dog exactly." And it changed from a dog to a orange cat. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but as soon as I found that, I was like, okay, back to image two. I no longer need nano banana. Enough.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
don't
like
know.
changing
It
much.
seems on the technical side, it seems to do a great work. So yeah, for me it's
Mm.
okay.
I mean, yeah, it was just a personal case. I'm sure, like, with definitely prompt engineering made right, it can do amazing stuff. I mean, I remember at the beginning where it launched. I mean, there we go. I mean, at the very beginning, right? The Nano Banana was like the king, like undisputed. Out of nowhere, they were just the best. Google at image generation, and yeah, I believe it was very close to Grok, somewhere in that hood, but still at the moment, I believe it's just the two of them. It's Nano Banana, the highest you
Mm.
can if you can go pro.
No,
Congratulations to you.
the only problem that I encountered, so for example, on this slide where we have the 6 steps,
Mhm.
sometimes it just duplicates a step, like you have 2 times the sixth
The
one, let's
curve.
say.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It is just doing that from time to time for no reason. But
Hmm.
yeah, beside that, they are quite good based on my prompt. It is able to follow exactly what I'm asking for. So yeah, on the technical side, I'm pretty excited for it.
I believe this is like the key difference on a good project and an extremely good project made with AI, the prompt engineering. What
Yeah,
exactly are you asking it to do? What would be the goal to it? What to not use, what to use, and so on. Whoever is going to use, because that's very important. Like, for example, if you're coding something in a language where the user doesn't understand or doesn't know what to do with it, it's basically for nothing, right? So, as much as you give it to it, as much info and as much prompt engineering you do together, but of course I believe too much is too much as well, because you have to keep in count the tokens. But yeah, it's like close to none, but still, I mean, prompt engineering is going to be definitely, if not already, the future of using AI.
yeah, for sure. I mean, on my side, I don't know. I think maybe half of the job is building the prompts. I'm really working hard on them to be, I don't know, structural, clear enough to have the logic and so on. And of course, after I give that prompt and give me some kind of results, I am trying to compete with the results. Even if they look good, I'm trying to say something like, "Oh, it's not good. It doesn't look good. I don't think it's okay." And
You're
yeah, trying
challenging it.
to yes, exactly. I'm trying to provoking the AI to see if it is a solid solution or not. So yeah, it's
Or the best one, yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Me as well. I mean, every 3 or 4 prompts in regards to building something, and every milestone as well, I'm always doing like an extra prompt of, hey, check out for bugs, check out if everything is wired correctly, and plan ahead a little bit so we have like a starting point whenever we are approaching something else. I believe that's important as well.
Yeah,
All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much, Yuli. Definitely looking
thank you.
forward for Wednesday for the revisit, and of course, turning this into an impressive strategy. Definitely high hopes for it. So let me just open up very, very quickly my. There we go. Let me open my laptop very, very quickly. There we go. There is one over YouTube and also over Discord. So it might be familiar to you guys. I'm trying to build a local backtester with, of course, dashboards and HTML files so we can backtest some trading strategies with the indicators and alpha gathered from the Davitech indicators, which are, of course, open source in the strategyfactory.ai website. with some of the indicators that Yuli has built. And of course, the most popular indicators, if you go into TradingView, select indicators and go into the recommended area or top or something like that, you can definitely see a huge library, like a very impressive library of open source indicators, on which I just selected like the very first 10 or something like that. So currently we are here in the non-crypto dashboard, where we can also have about 1,700 and something setups so far, which we are incubating and looking forward for the backtesting uh, results, which we can of course filter by it, or we can filter by the incubation. So for example, incubation from the highest to the lowest. We can also remove the ones that are actually negative in the forward tests. And of course, we can open all the setups and have a look, on which of course we are going to do it tomorrow. But just for the sake of it, let me just open one, because I had a very weird bug, which I'm not sure how it happened, because it used to work. For some reason, the equity curve for the forward test was around here. So it was starting from the OX line right here and the OY 0. So I'm not sure why it started from here rather than continuing, of course, from the end of the equity curve of the backtesting. So you can definitely see it has been fixed and the dashboard it's working. I've done some pretty interesting updates on a little bit like a checkup if the strategy is overfitted or not, on which I'm going to definitely go a little bit more in depth tomorrow. Also, we're going to also check out a little bit the cryptos as well. Let me just filter by the highest incubation profit. There we go. Also, the Lyapunov is still on top with a forward of 2.13. Is it better than the previous one? I don't remember. Let me pull out something with some more trades. There you go, 300 and something. And let me find a 560. There we go. So let's just see. Perfect. The equity curve it's correctly showing. These are not the best ones, definitely, but of course we are not aiming 100% for the backtest equity curves, but for the forward test, because of course that's the most important one. If you're getting matching stats, like for example a 50% win rate in the backtest and a 50% win rate in the forward test, or even better than that, that's very good. These are all just green flags in order to consider to go live with a strategy or not. Let's check out this one. So yeah, this is pretty much it on the local backtester. Definitely looking forward to dive a little bit more into it tomorrow. And yeah, I believe these are pretty much the main topics for today in regards of what we have been building behind the curtains. Let me just return back to my screen share. There we go. Also,
Yeah, so before you finish, Vlad, by next week, I think we'll go again through the multi-criteria decision analysis beta indicator that I was working on, and I presented it from time to time.
okay, can you
So yeah,
speak like a couple of words about it so people understand what's about?
yes. So the idea came from the fact that there are a lot of indicators, and sometimes for the traders it is quite hard to understand and to pick, let's say, the best one. So you have, like, I don't know, different moving averages, for example, SMEA or EMEA, and I don't know, something else. So you have like three moving averages, and you are trying on some kind of market, and you see that the EMEA is the best one. But after that, in 2 minutes, or on another market, or on another time frame, the EMEA is no longer working, and you have to switch to another moving average algorithm. So yeah, it is quite hard to understand how to use and how to pick the best indicator for the right time. So that's why I was trying to build what I like to call it a meta indicator. It is based on the multi criteria decision analysis. It has five five weightings, five criterias, and based on that, it is trying to give you like a ranking of the indicators on the actual movement of the market. So something like okay, this indicator is best now, but be aware that the second one was better on the long run, or things like that. So you have a better understanding on what decision you should take in that time. Yeah, I've been working a lot on it. It should give you good results. It should give you to make better decisions. I had a very strong validation plan to stress test it. But yeah, definitely it would work better if you are going to play around with it as well and give me some feedback based on your result. But yeah, the core idea is that is treating every indicator, every input as an unknown sensor. So I am starting from the idea that I don't know anything from my indicator. If it's a numeric value, it means I can measure it, I can normalize it, and so on. So yeah, it's starting from the point I don't know anything from what inputs I have. I just want to take them into a ranking system and see which one of them are the best is the best. So yeah, basically you can even compare like a filter with an oscillator or things like that. Of course, the best thing would be to compare same kind of indicators, but yeah, you can also try to swap them to see from different types of indicators which one should work better on your market. So yeah, I think it will give us all the instruments that we need out of the indicators portfolio that we have built so far. So, as I said in other weeks, we have tried to build like a story. So, even if for you it felt like it's just another indicator, a new indicator by every week, behind that it is quite a story that we are trying um, to end it like a full portfolio, like a portfolio full of instruments that should give you uh, all the necessary skills on different kind of markets, time frames, and so on. And above that, to have this meta indicator, to have this ranking system that helps you to take the best decision. So yeah, this is pretty much. But yeah, for sure, it will need some presentations to better understand it. It's quite hard to visualize it and to read the results out of the this indicator. But after that, when you get into it and you understand it, it will definitely help you to make better decisions.
That's definitely something new. We
uh
had something like
yeah
that in the past, but nowhere near complex like yours.
uh to be sincere about it, I didn't even try to look for the idea. in the TradingView platform, but I don't think we have something similar to it. But
Nice.
yeah, I should give this this check. But yeah, I don't think it is something like this.
Mhm. Awesome. Definitely looking forward to its release. Make sure, guys, to check out our Discord channel or where Yuli is pretty much updating you guys a little bit earlier than the stream on what's going to be available in the evening of that current announcement. So, yeah, again, amazing work also with the indicator. Definitely looking forward for Wednesday with some maybe very interesting results.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, I believe that's pretty much it, guys, for today. I'm going to check at the end if there are any questions left for me to take a look at. In the matter of performance update, as you might be familiar, we're pretty much in the top copy traders, top traders within various exchanges. You can definitely see some of the familiar names here and there. For example, some of us have been notified that are in the top 1%. For example, phishing is in the top 1.3% traders within Bybit. Also, there is Wen Moon, Reed, a good fellow community member, which has been around with us for years already, and can definitely see some very, very good results in a matter of percentages. It's like 100% right here in the PNL. You can see an ROI of over 66% right here. I believe this would be both in and to be to the right. And yeah, if you wish, guys, to check it out, your most, I guess, reliable dashboard would be Trade Harbor. You can definitely check out with the links right here. And also, when Moon and Fishing actually have two challenges on which you can watch them live and see their portfolio developing in the future. Guys, I believe that's pretty much it. I don't see any other questions. I believe we've done an amazing job. That's why I would like to believe that. And yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. Again, I'll see you guys tomorrow at a similar hour. But this time, we're going to take a look at the newest setups, which will be turned into bots for the Strategy Factory.ai. Of course, they have been made by the elite backtesters, and they will be turned into bots for you guys available. I believe that the next refresh would be in the weekend of 6th and 7th of June. Please stay tuned with the Discord announcements whenever the refresh is happening. I'm going to let know everybody. Guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow at a similar time. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.